Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Music Nucleus here with your host, Dennis. Every day, Thursdays, 3 p.m. to 4. Come tap in. Today, we're going to be covering quite a few topics. You know, the typical playlist segments. And starting off with playlist culture versus album listening. But I will say, just to start it off, guys, I had a crazy, crazy day at work. Been busy, so I'm a little flustered. Bear with me on the conversations, you know. But yeah, guys, I just had a crazy day. Hopefully, you guys had a better day than me, though. But I will catch you shortly after this break. Just gonna, send you guys off just for a little bit. See you soon. Hello, hello, hello. Here I'm your host, Denis, with Music Nucleus here on Hawk Radio, Thursdays, 3 p.m. to 4. I'm actually just looking through some catalogs, but first things first. playlist culture versus album listening, right? Last episode, we talked about how we discover music, but tonight I want to add something different, right? Are playlists slowly replacing the album experience? Um, I know you guys, we kind of touched on this slightly last episode, which I will say it was quite the talk, pretty extensive. I go on my rants, but I still stand on where I am when it comes to albums. I have to mentally be prepared, right, to listen to a project. That's just how I function, right? Um, but I think that with playlists and begins like discovery, I think um, you risk not discovering the full beauty of a project by not fully doing it. But I mean, we all have ADHD nowadays, so what's the deal with that? You feel me? I think that like that's just what we struggle with, and playlisting is a way we found around that, because I'll have a favorite song from a project that like I play. Sometimes I actually be mentally prepared for a project. I'll go out listen to it, and as soon as I find a song that I can obsess over, I kind of cut it there. I say, you know what, I'm gonna not listen to the rest of this project because I found a good song. That's just how it worked, though. It's something that I feel like I do struggle with by not like fully putting in like the effort, right? To say, hey, I'm gonna keep going, keep listening. But Spotify, right, has this thing, and this is I talked about this as well last time, is that Spotify has this whole playlist thing where like you'll play your playlist and it'll keep playing stuff that you don't even have in there, right? Which is like, I think it's a good thing because that's how I previously used to listen to a lot of projects or find music. It's just letting it keep playing, and so much stuff came out of that. So that's why like I can't even like downplay playlist thing, because it is like a solid regard in itself. But there's this rapper, right, Earl Sweatshirt. I remember it was a Fader interview he did way back, a long time ago. But he actually said that he forces himself, right, to listen to the radio. The same way he buys CDs, he doesn't use like Bluetooth or CarPlay, whatever you want to say. He doesn't use Bluetooth in his car. He will use a CD and listen to the album front to back. He doesn't believe in skipping songs. Um, and that is a very conscious approach to music, and I admire that. And I want to be more of a person like that, where I can fully commit to music, just fully commit to an album, because I think in that you find there's times where I listen to some, right, in my very low attention span brain. I'll listen to a project if I get a chance, shuffle through it, and the first listen, I miss a lot. Remember when you were a kid and you watched the movie, right? And it was a good movie, and then you rewatched it as an adult, and there were so many things you didn't catch or didn't understand or comprehend until you grew older. I think there's the same for music, right? There's like a lot of stuff that you don't catch when you're kind of caught up on just like watching or just listening, right? And being like, oh, I like this. Oh, no, I don't like this. I like the beginning will always like dictate if you even want to stick around for the end, which I don't know how I feel about that, because I will say there's stuff I make, like stuff I create, that I have to listen to all the way through, and I need other people to actually appreciate it and to understand how good it is. Some pictures aren't don't look good zoomed in, but they look good when you take a step back. You walk back and you look at the whole portrait, the composition, and that goes. I think that just goes with art. Is you just have to consciously consume it. which we don't more often than not. Partially blame TikTok for that. But yeah, um, the thing, yeah, like flat out an album is a fully artistic statement. If somebody does it consciously, because I think there's creators who don't put soul into their art, but I highly doubt that is the majority of of musicians. Um, like some artists design albums as stories rather than just collections of songs, right? Like then that comes concept albums. Some artists that I really love that make concept albums are Tyler the Creator, The Weeknd, Lil Uzi Vert, Frank Ocean, Kendrick Lamar, Brent Fayez. Very basic artists. I'm just giving you guys the quick rundown of what I think is most familiar for most people, right? Frank Ocean's Blonde is a journey. Channel Orange, I would arguably, people, I don't know. I don't know others' opinions. Channel Orange to me is arguably a story. So is Love Songs. It's the one with the orange beamer on the front. I have no clue what it is. I'm trying to think right now. What album is that? Let me look actually because it's on SoundCloud. Let me take a look here. Sorry for the pause, guys. For my listeners, apologies for the pause. I'm just looking for the project. Dang, I am struggling here. Hold on. What is Nostalgia Ultra is what it's called. Okay, Nostalgia Ultra. I think if I'm not mistaken, Frank Ocean's first project, extremely, I would say extremely powerful for a first project and really put him on the map. Not fully enough to financially support him. I know he had moved to LA on a very, very, very small budget, living on friends' couches. But I mean, look at where he ended up, and when I don't want to go over it. I'm just gonna hover it. But if you guys take your time to look over Frank Ocean's story, I think it would be an inspiration to all of my creators out there who are afraid of taking that big leap of faith, that risk. I'm not saying go move to a whole other city with $50 in your pocket, but believe in yourself, man. You can end up somewhere completely different a year from now. And, there's proof in this world that happens very often for a lot of people. So you just stay grateful, stay blessed, wait your turn and we'll all, have our time to shine. And we end up, you'll end up somewhere completely different a year from now. Um, Shoot, that's what happened to him. Um, but I just had a quick question. It's rhetorical, of course. I know nobody can call in, but are you guys someone who listens to albums start to finish, or do you just save certain songs to playlists like me? Um, but yeah, I will catch you guys after this quick break. And we'll be talking about albums that feel like a movie. So we're gonna keep talking about these whole concept projects and what they come out with. Got some mentions about Childish Gambino. If you guys know what project I'm talking about, take a guess. But I will see you very soon. And yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to Music Nucleus with your host, Denis, here every Thursday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Hawk Radio. Um, Rihanna, work by Rihanna, track 4. Um, Anti. The album name is Anti. I love this track. I love this whole album, front to back. Front to back, I love it. And some songs, of course, I'm not gonna like love as much. But this whole project is, some would say, a conceptual shift. It's not a concept album, but it's a conceptual shift. I would deem it that because um, I think it emphasizes Rihanna's artistic freedom, right? This is her straying from her pop star roots, her like pop star persona, right? How many people who listen to radio, perceive her. Um, and it's just a more like moodier, more personal, and it's just sonically like cohesive to me. Like I am, if there's no abstract lovers in the world, I'm probably dead. I mean, no anti lovers, but abstract music lovers as well. But if anti is not, you know, here, if anti doesn't exist, I don't exist. Um, and like dive into even the title, okay? Anti-establishment, right? A rebellion against the commercial hit chasing formula, which is what she made it for. And it's just experimental, right? There's pop, rock, soul, dance hall, like everything. Um, and it's just it. I don't know. It's just a project, man. I can't even stress it enough. Um, it's just beautiful. Another project, right? Good Kid, Mad City. Great concept album. Um, just amazing. Blonde, of course, I mentioned. Also, Tyler the Creator, like I brushed over it, but almost every one of his projects is a concept album. There's characters, there's actions, there's storylines to these projects, and it is like you really should listen to these like front to back because there's a story behind it. There's projects out there. I forgot. I can't name them off the top of my head, but there's projects that it's one story listening to it front to back, and there's another story listening to it back to front. And I don't. It might be one of the older artists. I will say that. Um, but yeah, it's like a whole journey, and I think that you can perceive a different journey depending on how you listen to the project. There's You could probably shuffle the album and you probably came out with a different story from somebody who listened to it front to back or whatever. But your story is just as cohesive and makes just as much sense. And I think that's a mark of like true artistry and true like listening passion. Um, to me, listening to music is like tasting wine. It's like tasting coffee. There's notes to it. There's like feelings. It's a sonic ambience that comes with music. There's things I pick up. I tell you guys, it's like there's 2 seconds out of a song that is my favorite 2 seconds, and I will literally replay the song 20 times and possibly skip it to them 2 seconds just for that. That the way that synth sounds, the way their voice made that huge leap between octaves, the snap of a finger. Those are the type of things I love. Um, Another concept album, right? I want to talk about, dude, is me. Hold on, it's Childish Gambino, right? I'm so sorry, I'm blanking right now. Like, oh man, I feel like ashamed. Awaken My Love. I almost said Me and Your Mama, which is one of the songs. Awaken My Love. Another amazing concept album. This concept, right? It is. I read about it years back. I'm trying to like call back to it because I'm struggling quite a bit. But that project, right, was meant to represent, like, it was supposed to be a story behind this couple, right, and them, you know, living through these songs, right. They have a baby on the way, and they're moving right to, I believe, like California, right? And it is the horror of change, of growth, for the couple to grow up, right? And face all these challenges head on, these hardships, and come out on top. You can just look at, like, if you guys are looking at this project like me, right? It's in the titles of these songs, bro. Like, it's literally talking about it. California, Terrified, Baby Boy, The Night Me and Your Mama Met. The last song is Stand Tall. That song I've cried to, I will say, probably once, but it is like such. If you guys are feeling low, put that on, bro. Put that on. Listen to the whole thing. It is a masterpiece. It is a sonic masterpiece. The audio is, man, let me not get started on that, but yeah, man, it is just beautiful, 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 beautiful. But yeah, man, I want to also bring up, right, how, like, it's just like, if you skip, right, if you just skip through, you're like skipping scenes in the film, because it's just like visually, right? Like, visually, you need to watch everything to understand what's going on. I think the same with us with albums. Sometimes it's arguable. There's low budget, low like intention music, and like I said, that is very rare. I treat all music with respect. I see it in very high regard and light, most of the time, and so it's hard for me to kind of categorize it that way. But yeah, almost every movie is like a film. I can't downplay that. Um, and like, even in movies, right? They use certain songs and it comes out completely different from what the vibe is. Like, it just sounds beautiful. I think this year I want to see, and coming next year, I want to see movies with Dijon playing music. I know he acted in one battle after another. I haven't watched the movie. I want to. My partner said it was um, performative. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it is performative or not. I mean, there's movies that like try too hard to be like indie, or like, when they're high budget and they try to sort of appeal to like indie slash young people, and be like, oh yeah, we're real patchwork is what I would call it. I don't know. He was in the movie, but I don't know if his music was. But yeah, I want to see some Dijon in here. Um, but oh, let's see what else. See what else I got in my notebook. I want to talk about also. This is me highlighting an artist, right? Um, Xavier Sobeys. Man, Xavier Sobeys. There was this mini documentary I watched, right? Um, I don't remember. I can't remember what it was called, but a Fader documentary to me is like a legendary achievement. Real soon, I'm gonna have a Fader documentary. I promise you that. I'm gonna have a Fader doc real soon. I remember growing up, I think like middle school, high school, watching Fader documentaries was like my thing, man. Noisy too. I think they were branch under, oh, I can't remember, Vice, under Vice. Um, Noisy had this documentary with Brockhampton called American Rockstar or something like that. American Boy Band. The intro, right, is beautiful too. Like, I'm obsessed with that intro. I used to play it on YouTube all the time, but basically just showing the come up, right? And come up, the rise of these artists, watching them on tour, watching them, the like half the crew that stayed home. But yeah, it was just, man, what a time. What a time to be alive. Seeing Xavier Sobeys having a mini doc, seeing Fader have another popular documentary is a big achievement for me. You know, sometimes like there's signs of recession or like there's signs of like return to like simpler times. And I know we're in a chaotic world right now. I won't, you know, overlook that. But there's just small glimpses of hope that I see upon my feed, upon media. And this sounds stupid, but I think music will reflect politics as well. I think it is like a harbinger of art. Um, that's why I don't know. Art is everywhere and it's such an important thing, man. And I feel like a goofball. It feels like a joke saying this, but like the music I'm witnessing gives me hope that there'll be a better tomorrow in the world. It sounds stupid, but bear with me. There's like a reset of media, right? Of music, and it's like it's becoming iconic again. It's becoming like everything was so messed together for the past like 2 3 years, I want to say. But music, like artistically, recently I'm seeing people break out of these molds that like have been set. You know, I'm being a hypocrite, but I freaking hate I hate Ray's music, man. I freaking hate Ray's music. I love Ray's music, but I hate it because we don't need more Ray's music, bro. We don't. I don't need more like electronic synths with no like depth to lyricism, no depth to quality, to concepts, to art, to everything, man. Like I just think it's a disrespect, man, to keep going. We seen all these artists, right, who came up on Rage Sound, right, or created Rage Sound, or were part of contributors, but man, like it's just not much more you can add to it. There's you can't over season chicken, man. You can't over season food. Like you just shouldn't over season things. And there's a difference between well seasoned and like just everything is too salty. Wait, like lemon pepper is too lemony right now. We're going in that direction. I thought there's still a niche of that happening. Things are, some of the wings they tasting a little too lemony, a little too salty, man. But I'm witnessing there's people switching gears and changing. Um, an artist I really want to highlight. I cannot remember his name, man. Six Bill. Six Bill is an artist I want to highlight. He's not the artist I want to highlight, but my brother actually showed me this. I had seen this YouTube video, this underground sound freestyle, but Matt Proxy, this freestyle, right? I think we talked about this last week. We did. We brought him up. How the first half of the song was some Earth Sweatshirt type beat, like music, real conscious rap, like he's really going in there. And then the second half, just bass Johnny and I's voices, like just straight bass. I was like, what is going on, dog? What is going on? But man, like his music, his videos too, like dog, it's top tier. But I think that's like pseudo irony is making music that like is foolish, but like it is conscious. Like he's not doing it foolishly, and I'm not disrespecting him, but I'm saying like he literally plays with people's ears. Like that bass like was trolling. Music has become too serious sometimes. Like people are trying so hard to be hard and just all dangerous and stuff, and like you can do that, but I try to have some fun with it too, man. I try. There's times to be serious and there's times not to. But yeah, I want to actually send you guys off on a quick break just so we don't kill too much time here. And when we get back, I'll continue about Xavier Sobeys and that mini documentary because I still want to cover a lot of it. But yeah, see you guys real soon. Let me catch ya. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to um I just had a brain fart to Music Nucleus. Uh your show, your station for music, for artists, for music lovers here every day, Thursdays, right? Every Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. with your host Denis on Hawk Radio. Now who's coming back? I'm gonna talk about Xavier So based in that Fatal Mini documentary. What I love, I don't even listen to Xavier So based enough to call myself a fan. I'm a supporter. Like his music is unique. I say that. I don't love it all. Like I'm not gonna be fake and act like oh his music is amazing. Blah blah blah. No, but what I think that he has is like himself. You know, he's himself. That's what everybody loves about him is that he's just a goofy, funny person. And he keeps it real. Like he's raw in his presence, right? And I think he truly appeals to like the youth, you know, young adults. Um, so like he's just like us. He's for the people. With his most recent album, a self-titled project that it really solidified like his presence right among the scene. I'll say that it was like a very professional, profound project that like really put him on the map. I think more eyes looked at him after this, but something that he like really said that really stuck to me right from this YouTube video right. I had to write it down after watching it, and like I had it saved in my notebook. Is he said, "I do it for the kids that aren't in the streets, but they might come from that environment." Right? He's like, I just, not everybody, like, people come from that environment, but they don't become a product of it sometimes. Whether you had shelter, like a shelter mother, whatever, right? I just find it to be real, just appealing, man. Like I think most people I know / associate with can like agree on our like upbringing of like not being in the wealthiest neighborhoods, right? But like, still like trying to, having a good parent, right? A solid parent that you could rely on that like made stuff happen, that kept food on the table. Some nights probably wasn't, but we just made it through, right? Through hardships. But it never got to becoming, I guess, like a product of your environment. Whatever that context may be for whoever's, listening, whatever you want to perceive that to be, like certain situations. Like I have peers, like other family members that were, but Like I wasn't. And it just like these documentaries like show, like I remember the Lucky One, man. The Lucky One is one I like rewatch every year. Like I have to rewatch it every year. Just have to. Um and let's see what else. I'm trying to think, like, cause I'm trying to make sure I portion out how I talk about this, cause like it is like a subject where like it might be a bit convoluted with getting into like the details, but um indie artists, right, that keep the album alive, right? Playlists dominate, right? But indie artists still love album concepts, right? A lot of new generation artists, I think like real cut and soul artists, keep that tradition alive. Midnight Trust, Beach House, big ones, right? For concept albums, for storylines. They focus on just not just like the atmosphere of their project, but the mood of it, right? And it's very coherent, and it contains a very like fluid production style, very fluid. Um, what's the word? Not placements. Sequencing, right? The sequencing is very fluid. Sometimes I'll be listening to Men I Trust and I won't realize that this is a new song. Like that's how fluid it is. Dream pop and shoegaze like really work well as full albums, and like I could guarantee you I'll listen to My Bloody Valentine front to back on rare occasions, but I listen to one artist on rare occasions, like, but when I do, I'm obsessed with it. Every year I have a Childish Gambino phase, and not just Childish Gambino, I think specifically because the internet. Great project. I love because of the internet. I will go back to it a million times by the time I'm 100 years old, bro. Real stuff. It's like these projects, right? Like Sweet Trip, man. Sweet Trip. Like they feel like you're stepping into like a sonic world, right? For 40 minutes. Like I put headphones on. I'm not really good, like, like I don't keep headphones on. I get paranoid, like I'm a paranoid person. Even when I live with roommates now that don't really bug me, and I'm still a paranoid person. But like if you got to just put headphones on, right, and just sit like lay back and listen to an album front to back, man, I'm sure you'd come out of it very low cortisol, very high high dopamine. Like you be satisfied, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. When you listen to something from the back with headphones on, fully immersed into it. I don't like listening to music while I'm doing other things, and that's why I delay it. Because some people just turn off their brain and do other stuff, and they put the album on. I can't, bro. Like I have to put my undivided attention to the album. We talked about this last show, man. Like that's just how I stand, man. I respect music enough tonight to give it the grace and the chance of being fully, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fully listened to front to back if I can. At least song-wise, I'm going to try and listen to the song from beginning to end. But, yeah, we'll be going on a short break. Just wanted to give a second, right? Just give you guys a second to to collect yourselves, go get some water, bathroom for the big finale, because I'm going to be yapping for quite some time next session. But yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. Hey, 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 hey. Welcome back to Music Nucleus. Here at 3 to 4 p.m. every Thursday on Hawk Radio. Man, we are going throwback um of music I love, man. It's man. Girl in Red, all this stuff, Modest Mouse. And these artists are like really built my sound and like my inspiration in like during middle school, high school, at that time period. Um, and that's why I get so passionate about current day artists who bring me back to those moments. Artists I want to highlight, man. Bartier Baby, Bartier Baby, young, young kid, man. Let me see. I believe he's 18 or 17. Um, Man, Bartier Baby, man. He is. I see. Look, he's been mysterious. He's been mysterious, but I know he's a young kid, man. But his music is unbelievably good. He's talented, man. For such a young artist, I don't know how he kept like. Maybe there's people like, cause I'm a downplay on my like '05, '06, cause y'all are old heads now, man. I don't know how old y'all are, but y'all are old heads now, which is it's funny. Like I'm really the old head. Y'all are just nobody's a old head in their 20s, but I'm saying like, in the young kid status of calling somebody unk, y'all are like getting to that point, man. Y'all are getting up there. But it's funny that people beyond right '05, '06 can have like music opinions. I'm being so judgmental about it, but it's like y'all didn't really grow up in like I guess y'all caught it, but like as such like on the early end, you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't get to like the way I think about it is I didn't get to experience what the beginning of MGMT and like MGMT like dropping like hits, right? I didn't get to be a teenager right in high school and listen to this given, bro. Like when Frank Ocean dropped Blonde, bro, we didn't get to be teenagers when this freshly came out. We weren't teenagers when this freshly came out. We were still jits. We was probably in middle school, elementary school. At least like I'm speaking on my age range, right? When Frank Ocean dropped this, like I was a young kid, man. I didn't discover this project till years after it came out. Like if I'm being honest with you, like not years, but a few. Um, but yeah, man, like it's just crazy to me how like an artist could sound, and why I say that is because he just gives me like a fresh taste of like Trippy Red met Playboy Cardi, but like they're like Cash version, the Cash Cardi, like the old version, right? His lyrics are nice, like his flows is good, man. Like the whole like and I'm going back teasers, man. Always like these rappers are like bringing back that hope I have in rap music to be distinct and to really be lyrically reliant and sonically reliant, not just oh man. Like sometimes like I forgot the time period where like if you played a beat, it sucked until I heard like Future rap on it, bro. Like the beat is so like skin and bones, but then like the rapper, the artist, whoever, the penman is who made this beat like flash, Like that just was cool. And I love that about music. And I feel like current day, like and this is why like rage music is like such a blast. Cause like beats used to not be crazy good. Like they used to be good because of the rapper that was on it, bro. Like there's some beats that were hitting. I'm not even gonna like downplay, bro. Like there was a lot of producers back in the day that really were putting it on. But nowadays I could say that some rappers like their talent doesn't outshine the producers. I can sometimes the producers who makes it crazy. Um but let's quickly close off real soon. But we're gonna move to segment 4, which is building the perfect playlist, right? Perfect concept playlist. We are gonna be on some love stuff today. We are on love timing, on chill love timing. Um, I have a playlist called "Laying Next to You," made about 4 to 5 years ago, and I would I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go over it, right? Some Kendressa, right? Be Mine by Kendressa. I've got Same Clothes by Frank Sativa in here. I've got You Need an Angel, Chase Accord. Great project. Great song. My Jacket Don't Fit You, DC the Don. We talking Act One Stickers 99 by Four Bats. Four Bats. Shout out Four Bats. Great artist. I love his music. We have Patience by Lil Uzi Vert. Sonda, of course. I've got Pink Sifu in here. I've got Cream's Interlude by Pink Sifu. A lot of Sonda, a lot of Four Bats. Pierre Bourne, we got in here. We got Raise My Mind by Drake. Drunken Nasty, Pierre Bourne. I got some Summer Walker in here. Some Kanye. Charlie XCX, my girl, my home girl. Got Layla. Coupe de Ville, Could Be by Layla. Got some more Kendressa. I've got Leon Thomas, beautiful artist. Some Clairo. I've got Matt Champion in here. Shelly, right? The song Natural by Shelly. I've got Swinging Party by The Replacements. I got Summer by Brockhampton. Let's see, Love Song 1 by The Internet. Soon Enough by The Altons. Got Lawdy, Kodak Black. Some Bad Bad Not Good. Got some Crayon in here. Lana Flores. And that's kind of just the quick rundown of what my, Laying Next to You playlist sounds like. If you guys want to check out those artists, they're on all platforms, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, whether you're listening to albums, right, or building a perfect playlist, music still tells stories. And that's what a playlist is. And I am very passionate about having variety. Even in the same theme, I have variety. There's love songs from different angles. There's indie love songs, there's R&B love songs. It's not just one genre of love songs. But yeah, that's my segment. Hope you guys have a good Thursday. All right. We moving on, right? So I'll see you guys. I won't be here next week. See you the week after. Thursdays 3 to 4 p.m. Music Nucleus radio show, right? On Hawk Radio. Catch me 2 weeks from now. Make sure y'all remember, don't tune in next week. Instagram is @RevengeIvy. But yeah. If you want to ask me some questions, if you got some topics you want to cover, just DM me, man. Just reach out. But yeah, guys, hope you have a good one. Love you. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.